There's a lady waiting for men to come by, and she smiled, so I stopped and said hello, and she said, would you sit down with me just now? And as we sat, she said, listen to this. And she recited the 13th Psalm from heart. God, why do you allow my enemies to beat me up? Why have you forsaken me? And it goes through like that, and at the very end, the Psalm says, but I will still trust in you, God. I believe in your presence. And I said, where did you learn that? She said, I learned it in jail. It's the one thing that gave me hope when I was in jail.
These men are ordained ministers of the Catholic Church. They come from all walks of life. Some have full-time jobs and are married with families. They are deacons called to serve in the ministry of Christ for the marginalized and those on the fringes of society. Deacons are icons of Christ the servant. Through their example, deacons remind all Christians of their baptismal call to be of service to one another, the needy and their neighbour.
Deacons are engaged in the ministry of the liturgy, the ministry of the word, the ministry of charity, and they have been since the earliest days of the Church. Of those three, it is really the ministry of charity which is the foundation, the service of the marginalized and those in need. That is the very basis of their ordination into the sacrament of service. But they also preach the gospel. They have been doing that from the very earliest times, and as we can see in the Acts of the Apostles, and they are engaged in the liturgy of the Church.
Approximately 500 years after the time of the Apostles, the diaconate became a transitional step to the priesthood. It was restored as a permanent order of the Church by the Second Vatican Council and in Scotland in 1986. There are currently some 60 deacons in active ministry now in all 8 Scottish dioceses.
The homilies, the sacraments of baptism and marriage, these are all very rewarding. But personally, one of the most enriching parts of my diaconal vocation has actually been prison ministry. At the heart of Jesus' message is radical love and radical forgiveness. Week in and week out, deacons take this message to people who are in real need.